Hi guys, we're getting ready to do a reading. Okay, so I was gonna try to get these done before today, but I'm trying to see what I can get done today, and I may have to do a couple tomorrow. But during this full moon energy, we're gonna do a fire signs next. Okay, let's get it done. Okay, so how I'm doing these is we're pulling a couple of these soul tree cards. It's mainly oracles and then like 3 tarot cards using the Tarot of Light for fire. So this is all fire energy. If you don't have fire in your chart, that's fine. We all got spirit. We all got passion. We all got fire. That's what I do like about elemental readings. It's just the energy of fire, the energy of water, the energy of earth, and the energy of air. Fire is the spiritual energy, the passionate, fiery energy. The magic, it's that energy. So let's see what's going on here. But if you do not know the signs of fire, it is Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And if you do have any of those signs profoundly in your chart, this may resonate more with you too also. So let's see. 2 soul tree cards. And we got freedom and trust. On the bottom, heal, heart, and spirit. Nice. Okay. And I am pulling these a little, and then looking at them. Oh, we got one right here. Water spirit, manifesting dreams. Now I'm feeling like there is a, and then on the bottom, fire spirit energy. There's definitely something here. I feel like this could be like an emotional freedom that maybe you haven't had in the past. Maybe you haven't allowed yourself to trust in your emotions or the emotions, just the emotional energy. And Spirit's coming in saying, you know, that's what you need to do in order to manifest your dreams, is have trust in, and water also to me is like the unconscious, the deep, the psychic. Also, it's not just emotional, but, oh, here we go. And we got forgiveness. So still maybe needing to do some forgiving change. Okay. All right, let's get a couple of these little. Yeah, there's definitely something here emotional, I feel like, or deep, that's requiring your forgiveness. This could be the forgiveness of another too. Maybe you are deeply dreaming, manifesting, trying to either create space in yourself to forgive something, somebody, a situation, maybe just even yourself, or somebody else is doing this for you, fire signs. This could be both. It is a general reading. This is all the fire energy. So this is just, in order to grow our spirits and create what we want, we need to learn to forgive and move forward. We got the teacher, mentor, wise educator, divine guidance, and higher self coming through here. You may be just in the process of learning about a valuable lesson in freeing yourself and being available emotionally by freeing yourself by forgiving. That's kind of what I'm getting here. And trusting that through that process, your dreams and your hopes and your wishes will manifest. And we got transition, natural progression of change, realignment, release. This may require you to release some old resentments or some old, especially emotional stuff I feel like you've been hanging on to. And kind of the universe being the teacher here and teaching you about true freedom and freedom from kind of being held to a certain way or a certain, I almost feel like there was a clinging here onto something that wasn't helping you move forward, that you needed to release, and you are maybe in the process of releasing and forgiving and moving forward so that you have true freedom. Because when we are stuck, or I should say like kind of bound to negative energy, and that negative energy can be just not forgiving, not being open to other people's process, not realizing that everything and everybody's paths are not the same at the same time. It doesn't mean we all aren't working on the same stuff in general, but not at the same time necessarily. Maybe not even in the same lifetime. I am feeling that. That's something coming through, but I feel like there's something here coming in, showing you that there is some true freedom in trusting that by releasing some, maybe some, I'm feeling like some emotional stuff that needs forgiven. This could be with family, friends, even within the self, discernment. Awaken to your internal guidance. Trust what feels right for you. There's trust here, and the teacher, the guidance, the trust, something you're maybe working on releasing or thinking about possibly releasing. We are going to get a Sacred Rebels. We're going to get some more on this, you guys, and see what else we can get. And I may read these. I probably will read the Water Spirit and the Forgiveness. I feel like something here is trying to teach you about trusting in the process and forgiving and releasing in order so you can manifest what you want in your life. I feel like something maybe has been holding you back a little, and probably like you're probably yourself holding on to like maybe a grudge, or maybe like just could be something just kind of negative you've been holding on to, is what I'm feeling. Going beyond normal, thinking way outside the box here. That's what I am feeling with that. It's like thinking way outside what your normal way of thinking is, the normal way of being, thinking. You could be really trying to approach something in a completely different manner than you're even used to, let alone other people are used to. This might be like, I'm feeling like almost like radical acceptance or radical forgiveness, or like fast, like I am feeling like a fast energy too with this, like it's happening fast, or like right now, like there's something here. I feel like there could just be something coming in here and you're like, I don't even know if you're conscious of this, but it's like a huge change happening right now with your trusting the universe and releasing kind of maybe some old deep-seated feelings about something, and just releasing it to the universe right now, which is really good energy to have during the full moon also. Going beyond normal. We will read that. Now we're going to get one of these intuitive oracles, or intuition oracles. Hold on. Yeah, the intuition oracle. Monty Farber and Amy Zerner make these decks. And this just has like an affirmation in it. There's a little reading in the book, but let's see what image you guys get. Fire signs. Fire energy, I should say. The more I do these, the more I don't even want to say fire signs, because it's just an energy, you guys. It's just energy. All energy. Oh, this has children in it, birds, and it looks like a very mothering, kind of nurturing energy. The storyteller. I have the right to speak because I listen when others speak. Let's see what this one says. The nurturer. I deserve to feel nurtured because I give care to those I cherish. I feel like you do just want to be cared for. If this resonates, this is somebody here I'm feeling that just really hasn't had a whole lot of trust in their needs being met, or feeling like their dreams can come true, or that they will ever be taken care of. And maybe you've had a lot of times where you tried to take care of others and you kind of felt like it wasn't returned, or it wasn't reciprocated or something. That's what I'm feeling. And the universe is a wise teacher. And it's teaching you something about being free from that. Doesn't mean we don't want people to nurture us, care for us, and help take care of us, especially when we take care of them. But it's kind of freeing to know that you can do that for yourself, and your angel, spirit guides, God, whatever, is taking care of you. And kind of freeing yourself from that idea that somebody else has to do that for you. That's what I am feeling. There is something here, and it could be a very hard thing to kind of accept in the mind that, you know, oh, I've cared for this, and this, and where's my peace? Where am I getting nurtured? That's what I'm feeling. The teacher. Looking at some freedom, some trust. Trusting in a change that's happening. Definitely feels like there's a change happening, and it's around some kind of forgiveness. I will read these cards, but for now we're gonna let that be. Actually, I am just gonna go straight in. Oh wait, we want to get one more in here. The Oracle of Mystical Moments. Let's see what this has. I feel like you've been working very hard emotionally to free yourself from some things that you needed to forgive. This could be deep stuff, like deep childhood stuff or something like that, where you're really needing to trust the process and the changes that are happening right now and truly release it to the universe. The journey. It's interesting. This is part of the learning experience in your journey about excuse me, freedom by forgiving. That's what I feel like this is about. I am going to get a couple of these intuits too. Let's see what this water spirit, the teacher, and freedom are about. Water spirit, emotional stuff coming in, teaching you about freedom from maybe there's an otter in this too. It's really interesting. And we got cross, destiny, spirituality, divine guidance. This is guidance, more guidance coming in. Emotional loss. That's kind of what I'm feeling is like something maybe you've been trying to heal and forgive about, some kind of hard emotional trials and stuff you've been through that you've had to lean into your guides and the universe and God and spirit a lot recently, probably to free yourself from the kind of upset, kind of negative energy that thinking about these kind of emotional burdens has brought to your life, and the need to forgive and move forward and trust that by releasing, like maybe you even need forgiveness from somebody, or you've been feeling that way and something's showing you or teaching you that you need to release that also. If there's a belief here that that's going to make everything, you don't need somebody else's forgiveness. You need to forgive and you need to move forward. And hey, we even have to sometimes forgive others for not forgiving us. Does that make sense? As from a higher perspective, we should be forgiving and loving people. The conditioning and the narrow-mindedness of people doesn't allow for a lot of forgiveness in a lot of areas of our life and a lot of things we do. And that's sad, because that means there's a lot of people waiting for somebody else to forgive them for something they did. If maybe when they were on drugs, maybe when they were immature, maybe when they were younger, maybe when they didn't know what they were doing. Parents waiting for children's forgiveness, children waiting for parents' forgiveness, women waiting for husbands' forgiveness, husband waiting for their wives' forgiveness. We're all kind of hanging on the limb of somebody else forgiving us, instead of just forgiving ourselves and forgiving them for not seeing that that forgiveness is hurting their heart. Not it hurts because we want it, but that is physical stuff, and there's more beyond that, and it's forgiven. And this cross is bringing this really kind of spiritual, religious kind of energy to me right now about forgiveness and about understanding that we are forgiven, especially when you've repented, especially when you've learned your lessons and you've listened to the teacher and you move forward. And you have to just trust that by releasing maybe your need for forgiveness, or maybe forgive somebody else that you need to forgive. It will help move you forward emotionally so that you can really manifest what it is you want. That's what I am feeling with that message. It's interesting. And let's get one more. I feel like you fire signs have been really leaning, fire energy is just really been in a very spiritual kind of religious place recently. Really with the same message about forgiveness and love and hope and faith in the process, and following your passions and what it is you want in your heart, not what it is our heads tell us. Our heads can tell us, no, that person doesn't deserve forgiveness, or that person or I don't deserve forgiveness, or I do deserve forgiveness. And stop listening to that and just do it. Do the work to forgive others and forgive yourself for anything that is holding your spirit back from shining. That's what I'm feeling. Firefly, illumination, chemistry, magic, self-discovery, soul spark, light codes, fire, creative spark, someone exceptional. Yeah, whatever this is, if this is another person or something in your life, there is something really special here in this connection or this situation, but it's requiring forgiveness. I think this was in another reading last round, and I can't remember who had it, but it's kind of that same message. Things are naturally progressing forward, and it's just time to trust in the changes, and there's all kinds of things being activated right now within different people. We're all on different paths at different times, like going through our process differently, and it's kind of hard sometimes for us to understand that with people, but it's something about forgiveness here, and it's been coming in for a little while. We're going to read I'm going to read this water spirit real quick, and I'm just reading the short little thing here just to get, never know what you can get a little more here. The water spirit says water flows in cycles, and right now you are in a cycle of manifesting your dreams. Don't stop the flow by doubting or hesitating. Allow your emotions and freedom, there it is, freedom to be expressed. The freedom to be expressed. Allow your emotions, the freedom to be expressed. Expressing yourself in a really emotional way. Maybe you're learning this, that you, this is, it's not even just emotional, it's very spiritual. Don't hesitate or doubt yourself and your kind of expression of your emotions and what it is you want in your life. If there's something you want, you need to feel very secure in expressing that and free to express that. And trust that anything or anybody, or that when you express these emotions or this spirituality or these lessons outwardly, trust that if whatever falls away is going to fall away. And just, I would say, be very graceful and forgive those who don't understand or don't want to understand or are choosing not to understand your emotional side of things. And also do that for others too. Forgive their emotional, forgive others. Like, even if you don't agree with their emotions, not everybody agrees with yours either. Just understand on a bigger picture that it's kind of radical forgiveness, radical acceptance that not everybody understands what it is we're really forgiving, or what needs forgiving, or how to forgive, by just understanding that we're all human and that we all need forgiveness. That's the biggest kind of some sort. And I was getting that message about not getting it from a person, but understanding that you get that from yourself and your highest self and God, and you're already forgiven as long as you keep working and learning and moving forward and trusting. That's what I'm feeling. It says timing is everything, and right now is your time. Allow your emotions to be freely expressed. They could even be showing somebody else something too, like as a kind of a teacher. Let's look at this one, the forgiveness. It is human to want to hold on to the past, our memories, experiences, and relationships. However, there can be times when we are carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. The past doesn't need to be equal to the future. Just because you had a pattern or reoccurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to reoccur in the future. The key is to be willing and ready to simply and cleanly let go of the hold that the past has on you. Yeah, letting it go. Having that freedom to let the past go, and any indiscretions either others or yourself has had in the past, knowing that you've learned from it, and probably in a very deep and spiritual way moving forward. It's releasing that so that you can be free to really manifest something really good in your present. Be super aware of the sights, sounds, smells, textures, and energy of your present. It's okay to let go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. The past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. Yeah, or there's a chance here I'm feeling like you could manifest something very similar to your past. If you need to, there's a feeling here of needing to release this. It has something to do with just forgiveness also, like it's strong. Let me read this going beyond normal because this is a new card. This is relatively new deck and I have not seen this card. Um, on the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems riskier and less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. I've been getting this water energy and this water spirit coming in and really leaking into the earthly stuff, the hardcore, logical, tangible stuff. Coming in, and it has to do with forgiveness too, and acceptance and love. Oh, it's really a bigger message too here, you guys. But the sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all of the approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Yeah, it's a big energy coming together here. Very dual energy coming together. It's just bringing it all together, knowing that, like I was kind of talking about how um, some people would say some things are there's absolutely no reason to forgive or release or move forward, or even in spirituality or any kind of, everybody's learning their spiritual truth right now, I feel like, and it's really important to honor everybody's process radically and have open trust and release and forgiveness for anybody who offends you or hurts you or is in the process of um, going through their own thing, and somehow just not to take anything really personally right now, I feel like. um yeah, you're being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as in your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of a gardener or an artist. There's a sense of what might work where and lose what might work where, and a loose or even a detailed plan. But how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. There is no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture. And that nurture energy, that's this energy, to nurture the environment. Nurture an idea to fruition. You may have pressures around you from the world or from your own conditioned nature to do things accordingly to the rules, to a deadline, or to accepted mainstream. Yeah, if you're putting restrictions or timelines or anything on your dreams, manifesting this, it's saying don't. Take each step and do it with your intuition and your heart and forgiveness and trust, that you're freeing yourself from some old, maybe emotional patterned ways of thinking and being, and you're doing things a little quite differently actually here, coming into doing things quite differently. And it's really radical acceptance I'm feeling here. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment. And it is saying, live in the moment. Don't think about the past. Don't release the past, and live in the moment so that you can create a better future for yourself. Um, a more aligned future for your truth, your spiritual truth. In the moment, trust you are being led towards your own growth. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It is a pure and heart centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression into the world. It involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean into a teacup. This is that energy, that water energy being stuck in a container, and it can't be. It's like we try to put these restrictions and limits and rules and structure on how to forgive, what is forgivable, what isn't forgivable, what this should look like, what that should look like. Oh, I can't move on without this forgiveness, or that, there's so much here about just releasing all those boundaries and all those rules and all those structures, and just starting from the center, starting from the heart, starting with the spirit, and just trust, release, and live in the moment and see what happens. This oracle brings you a special piece of guidance. You are moving outside of the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. And forgive those that don't accept you. Forgive those that don't understand you. Forgive them because it'll help your heart accept. It helps you accept that everybody's different. And really, it's not even about forgiveness. It's about acceptance. That's what I'm feeling. It's about acceptance. Maybe you are an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from the heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. That's that freedom. There's something coming in here that's freeing you up, freeing your emotions up, freeing your heart up, freeing your spirit up. And trust that anything that is let go of, released, or falls away is meant to be so that you can move on to deeper levels of self-discovery and live a much more aligned, in a much more aligned energy than you have been probably, and that it's something you've been manifesting. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you with the further message that you're going to be breaking with tradition. Perhaps not entirely. And that's that teacher energy, which is like that Hierophant energy, you guys. Perhaps not entirely, but at least in the way that it is meaningful to you. This will require you have courage in your convictions and faith in your heart's truths. This will help you and inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and lovingly. You are not necessarily meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than replace its naturally spontaneous and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrow strategy. It's time to get a bit wild and let nature take its course. I do love that. Let's read the journey real quick. These don't say a lot, but what they do say we might get something off of it. I feel like she is letting a wild nature lead her. Love of adventure, curiosity, appreciation. She's being led. A young girl gently rides a deer. Both the girl and the deer are having fun on their adventure. They are playful and curious. Sometimes we get so caught up in the destination, we forget to appreciate the journey. But if we neglect the little things on our path, like soft grass under our feet or the unconditional love of an animal, we are missing out on the precious moments. A new friend or acquaintance with a different point of view can help us see things we may have overlooked. That's nice. So, definitely, getting the message there's something definitely here to release and control of a situation, or thinking something has to come a certain way, it's been a really strong energy about just nurturing yourself, nurturing your spirit, and the true message of love and forgiveness and trust, to free our spirits to really be the energies we are. I've been getting this, and this fire energy is really coming in here saying, just do, like you're already doing it, just do it. Try not to slip back into an old way of, it's about finding that balance between the old and the familiar and the new and the unknown, and trusting in this process that's happening right now, not just for you, but for everybody. Let's get 3 of these. Tarot of Light. Yes, being very much so in control of your emotions, and very observant, listening, watching, paying attention, learning that, and really, really paying attention that everybody's kind of going on in their own energetic rivers right now, their own path. And it's interesting to watch this unfold as it's happening actually in reality, because it is. But it's very important to stay in control of your emotions. It's the King of Hearts here, King of Cups. Because this is a healing journey for everybody, and the only way to allow the healing process to happen is to allow people to do it their own way, and not think you can control how fast it goes or how it goes or what they need to do to attain their wisdom and their teaching, and everybody's getting that a different way at this time. It is very, very it's very healing energy. available right now, I feel like, in the planets and in the alignments happening right now. But it's also very hard as a human with our egos to sit back and watch things fall away, or things not under things, people, especially people, because they're a huge part of us. We are people and they are us. We are watching people we love, people we care about, maybe not where we're at, maybe moving away from us, maybe not understanding what it is we need from them, and I have to restructure that, what I just said, what we need from them. We need them to heal. We think we need them to help us heal, and we just need to heal. That's how things are going to get better. People need to heal, and it's hugely needed right now, this acceptance and this trust in all these changes that are happening to everybody in their lives right now, as the environment shifting and changing, and everything around us is looking very different, feeling very different within. It's really happening for us so that we can be free in our emotions and free in our spirits to be ourselves after a huge time of darkness, cleansing, understanding, learning from those times, learning from our failures, learning from the deepest parts of our emotions. We're now coming into a place where we see all of it clearly, and we're like, yeah, we can't carry that with us. We cannot live like that. There has to be a better option, and there is, and it's trusting in everybody's process, and also forgiving everybody for anything they've done that's offended you, hurt you. I'm getting this loud message just to forgive, and move forward, and trust that you're forgiven, and you're loved, and love yourself, and trust yourself, and trust the process, trust the universe right now. I feel like it's a big energy right now to just trust in the process, trust in what's happening, and there'll be something great on the other side of this energy. The Empress, the mother, the nurturer. This is nurturing. This is staying in control of your emotions, nurturing, even though there may be a feeling here. I got it at the beginning of this reading of nurturing something and not feeling like you are being nurtured. You are. Nurture yourself also as much as you can. Take care of yourself. I'm feeling that. This King of Hearts is just like looking at me like, I'm getting a really strange energy from him today. This art. He's asking me if I'm honoring my heart, my passion, and how I best can do that. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting from this card. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your emotions? How are you nurturing what it is you love, and what it is you've learned about emotions, about, are you allowing the space, like the Empress allows space right now? And this is a perfect time to allow this freedom for those around you to live their truth, to be who they are, to be free, to forgive them. And forgive even our own old ideas, like, I belonged here, I belong doing this, that person belongs with me, this is the way it should have been. You have to even forgive those thoughts, because they're all just us forming a story of what we think we deserve, or what we believe is going to be best for us. And then things are just changing, and it doesn't mean it's going to be that way. The universe has got plans for everybody. And then we got the Eight of Hearts, and this is releasing, walking away from codependency. And this isn't just codependency itself. This is also old emotions of hanging on to things that just made us feel good at one time, and they don't make us feel good anymore. I don't know why some of those things made us feel good. Probably because immaturity and conditioning, and maybe we came from a house where, if somebody bought us something, we felt good about it. And then so we end up with this toxic codependent relationship where it's like they get you something and it makes up for all the really mean, hurtful things they say, or vice versa, It's just, there's an interesting energy in the air right now, you guys, with spirit. And it's walking away from all those things that used to be okay. Like, they used to make everything better. Some things used to make everything all better, and they aren't making it all better now. It isn't making us feel better. So we have to accept and understand that that's okay, that they don't make us feel better. Because really the only thing that's going to make us feel better right now is self-acceptance, self-love, and moving forward and being in alignment. If there's only one, how do I put this? This is such a big message I'm getting. We all just want to be ourselves in our energy, in our spirits, be who we are. Of course, we don't want to be judged. Of course, we want to be forgiven. Of course, we want to be loved. Of course, we want others to share this experience with us. It's actually making me really emotional. This energy is very strong. I feel like there could be a lot of people right now feeling like not nurtured after going within, doing a lot of work, moving forward, feeling like things are kind of falling away. And it's like, why did I do all this, right? Because you have to remember, you didn't do this. You didn't do all this work for somebody else. You did this for you. You did this for your spirit. You did this for your emotional happiness and your emotional stability. You did this so that you could be a more nurturing human being. Okay? You didn't do this for somebody else. Okay? You have to release that idea, and you have to forgive yourself if you began doing anything for somebody else, and recognize you've done this, and there's something here spiritually. And I feel like this is pretty collective. That's kind of like a huge transition from going from your dreams being one thing. Maybe it had something to do with like the perfect partnership or the perfect dream, that we had an idea of the fairy tale. This has been a message, the fairy tale that we all dream about. And that's not what we want. Like, we want to be free. Like, people want to be themselves. They don't want to be yours or yours. They want to be who they are. And we've tried to just keep everything the way we want it to look, or the way we were taught it should look. And there's just a really interesting energy through the air that's like really freeing, and it's really challenging our human ego to see spirit as what it is, which is free, and also to not put physical barriers, physical restrictions on everybody's spirits, including your own, most importantly. That's the message I'm getting, and this really, really did get quite deep. But I do want to see on the bottom here, in a night ride. Let's see on the bottom here. We got that Knight of Angels, the Watcher. Yeah, there's just, the universe is watching right now, I feel like. The Knight of Angels, you know, how are you going to use this, these lessons and this energy? Are you going to trust? Are you going to release? Or are you still going to try to hang on to old ways and constrict yourself or others from nurturing themselves and maybe even nurturing others? We don't want to hold others back right now. I feel like Spirit's coming in and saying, don't hold yourself back and don't hold others back. Release that. Let me take care of it. Spirit's saying, let me take care of it. Let's go completely out of the normal way of thinking here and thinking we have to take care of something, or we have to put something together, or we have to figure something out. How about we just let things be? It feels very like, it feels very scary to the human ego. It feels very scary to my ego, but it feels very freeing to my spirit. That's what this feels like. Get this cross and this firefly. Let destiny play out. There is some kind of destined stuff happening here, that's falling and happening, and it's just part of the universe teaching everybody that we don't control nature. We don't control other people. We don't control the seasons. We don't control everything. That's what I'm getting. Trust, freedom. This is a really strong message. Fire energy. It seems I've been getting these really strong spiritual freeing messages from the fire energy, because I look at fire the way fire is. It's spirit to me. It's that spiritual energy. It's spirit. It's all the manifesting and the magic, and it's fire. It's all of it. I feel like you just got to be wise right now and let people nurture your heart, allow the room for people to grow into what they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, the spirit, the energy they're supposed to be, and release that codependent energy of needing them to be somebody for you or be something they aren't for you. And just stay in great control of yourself. When you take a good look at yourself, when you are trying to either not allow the room for somebody else to grow or go towards what their natural alignment is, there's just a feeling here. That's the reading. Fire energy. I hope it made sense or helped somebody. I'm going to have to think about this one a little longer. There's a lot of energy coming through here, and it's very it's scary for the human ego. Whatever this energy is, it's spirit's wanting freed in everybody. It's not just you. It's not just you. And everybody's energies are going to find each other exactly where they're supposed to. And it's going to be like energies coming together. Because that's your natural alignment, you know? Anything that's kind of like not naturally aligned with you, anything that you've kind of depended on or used throughout your life or throughout your past to depend on, or like to distract you or depend on from your own spiritual growth and your own spiritual freeing and your own, to align yourself with your highest self's destiny. Your destiny is going to be taken away. It's going to be released. And it's much more graceful, and it's much more peaceful, and it's going to feel a lot better to allow that rather than fighting it tooth and nail. And that's the message I'm getting. It's a really heavy message. So thank you for coming to your guys' reading. As usual, I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, and I really appreciate you guys coming and watching the readings. I hope you guys have a good day, and we will talk to you later.